to let him fight again, and that's a decision that we made. We didn't know how serious the situation was.
There was an adverse finding in the Nevada test. The British Boxing Board of Control statement, which was just to say, at the moment, we do not prohibit this bout.
All right, so stop it with the bullshit that we still got on.
Another thing, you know why I'm backing around? Because a lot of boxers going at him. When we fought, we made it cool, not saying like, but we made it cool.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. destroys Teofimo Lopez Jr. after he pulls out of Shakur fight. Teofimo Sr. didn't just express disappointment, he humiliated his son for pulling out after failing drug tests. He made it crystal clear that this wasn't just about missing a fight, it was about dishonoring the sport and his own family name. He called out the recklessness, warning that taking shortcuts or relying on substances is unacceptable. Every decision in boxing carries real risk, and Sr. emphasized that his son's actions showed a lack of discipline, respect, and accountability, leaving no room for excuses.
I mean, that you never know in this sport, anything could happen, you know. So, you know, every time you go in there, you putting your life at risk, you know. So, like he said, he must have said that anything could have happened, and you know.
Teofimo Lopez Sr. just trying to play chess and putting the right pawns in place, also made it clear how disciplined fighters like Shakur Stevenson operate. While Jr. stumbled and pulled out after failing drug tests, Shakur's consistency, preparation, and focus stand in stark contrast. Senior's words humiliate Lopez Jr., showing that boxing isn't about shortcuts or excuses, it's about strategy, hard work, and integrity, all qualities Shakur exemplifies.
Just trying to play chess and trying to, put the right pawns on the right spots so he could get the best of what had happened to him.
Eddie Hearn exposes the complete disaster behind Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s pullout, humiliating him for failing the Nevada test and leaving the fight in limbo. Hearn makes it clear that the bout isn't sanctioned while lawyers scramble, highlighting Jr.'s unprofessionalism. This pullout only destroys his credibility, making him look weak and unreliable.
What their statement is actually saying is that we're not sanctioning this fight. There's ongoing conversations with the lawyers, and
Johnny Nelson doesn't hold back as he questions Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s shocking pullout, pointing out that this move is far from classy. He hints there's more going on behind the scenes, but ultimately, it's hard to justify such a decision. Lopez Jr. has embarrassed himself publicly, making a mess of his reputation. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson continues to build his legacy with professionalism and discipline, standing in stark contrast to the chaos Teofimo has created.
Like, we don't know, but that's really, really rare of him for him to think of and plan doing something like that.
Devin Haney pulls no punches as he highlights just how reckless Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s actions have been. By having performance-enhancing drugs in his system, Lopez Jr. not only risks his own career but endangers everyone in the ring. This isn't just a failed test, it's a glaring example of irresponsibility. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson remains the professional standard, disciplined and prepared, showing exactly what a true fighter looks like in contrast to Lopez Jr.'s dangerous and chaotic choices. The boxing world is left shaking its head at this avoidable disaster.
When a guy is taking in performance enhancement drugs, it's just it's dangerous. It's dangerous for the.
Jeff Mayweather calls out the embarrassment Teofimo Lopez Jr. has brought to boxing with his pullout and failed drug test. A fight of this magnitude deserved professionalism, yet Lopez Jr.'s actions look childish and reckless. Initially, some thought it was a bluff, but now the reality is clear: he has humiliated himself. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson stands tall, disciplined and ready, highlighting the stark difference between a true champion and a fighter making headlines for all the wrong reasons.
I just think it's a bad look for boxing. I mean, no matter who did it, but to be in a fight of this magnitude, and first, I thought he fooled everyone by just playing crazy.
George Kambosos doesn't hold back in exposing the shocking truth about Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s failed drug test. He makes it clear, there's no confusion or mix-up here. If Lopez Jr. tried to cheat, it's not just a mistake, it's a serious betrayal of the sport. Kambosos' blunt words underline the disgrace brought upon himself, while Shakur Stevenson remains the disciplined, clean professional, standing as the true example of what boxing should be about. The contrast couldn't be starker, and Lopez Jr.'s credibility is now in serious question.
Test goes through and it goes to VADA. It's going to VADA. It ain't going to get mixed up. So he's done this, and if he is cheated, he's a piece of shit.
Gervonta Davis questions the suspicious timing of Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s failed test, raising eyebrows across the boxing world. The results came back unusually fast, just hours after the fight, igniting speculation about what really went on behind the scenes. Davis's concerns highlight the chaos Lopez Jr. has created, further humiliating him and undermining his career. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's reputation as a clean, disciplined, and professional fighter only grows stronger, making Lopez Jr.'s missteps even more glaring in comparison.
You see how as soon as why didn't it take 72 hours for the test to come back, right?
Came back after the fight, yeah.
Right. So why didn't come out?
Eddie Hearn makes it crystal clear, when a fighter tests positive for performance-enhancing drugs, the rules of boxing are unforgiving. While everyone deserves the chance to defend themselves, in cases like Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s, the situation is treated as guilty until proven innocent. Hearn's statement underscores the seriousness of the offense and highlights how Lopez Jr. has jeopardized his own career. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's image as a disciplined, clean fighter shines even brighter, making Lopez Jr.'s failed test not just a personal failure, but a public humiliation.
Man who had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Whether I believe everybody should have the right to protest their innocence. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's guilty until proven innocent. I've been there, right? But one thing we 100% know in this situation.
Gareth A. Davies emphasizes just how serious Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s failed drug test is. Ostarine, the banned substance found in his system, has been on the World Anti-Doping Agency's list since 2008 and is known for building lean muscle mass, giving any user an unfair advantage in the ring. Davies' professional assessment paints a harsh picture for Lopez Jr., showing the extent of his violation. This only elevates Shakur Stevenson's reputation as a clean and disciplined athlete, standing in stark contrast to Lopez Jr.'s reckless actions.
If you've got it in your system, it's in there. Ostarine has been banned on the World Anti-Doping Agency list, Andy, since 2008. It's a very serious drug. It creates lean muscle mass in the...
Jim Lampley backs the testing process, making it clear that VADA's findings are trustworthy and scientifically rigorous. The fact that both A and B samples came back positive for Teofimo Lopez Jr. leaves no room for doubt. He failed. Lampley's commentary highlights the integrity of boxing's anti-doping measures and underscores just how badly Lopez Jr. has embarrassed himself. While the sport remains committed to fairness, Lopez Jr.'s actions have thrown his career into question, leaving Shakur Stevenson's disciplined professionalism looking even more impressive in comparison.
My basic response is VADA doesn't lie. VADA's for real. VADA's a legitimate scientific research organization. They have done a great job of helping boxing to clean up performance-enhancing drug policy.
Stephen Espinoza starts by highlighting the chaos surrounding Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s shocking pullout and failed drug tests, noting how social media has exploded with reaction. The frenzy online reflects a mix of disbelief, outrage, and speculation, which sometimes translates to higher pay-per-view interest, but not always. What's undeniable is that Lopez Jr. has tarnished his reputation, providing endless fodder for discussion, memes, and criticism. Meanwhile, this chaos only underscores Shakur Stevenson's professionalism, discipline, and consistency. As fans debate and share opinions, the contrast is stark, one fighter spiraling into controversy, the other quietly building legacy and respect. In boxing, actions outside the ring now carry as much weight as performances inside it, and Lopez Jr. is facing the full backlash of his decisions.
It's sort of like social media is going, absolutely crazy. And usually that does correlate to big pay-per-view, but not always, because there are a lot of times where people are just talking about craziness around a fight.
Johnny Nelson doesn't hold back, questioning the logic and responsibility behind Lopez Jr.'s choices. He points out that taking performance-enhancing substances with a known detection window of 2 weeks is reckless and inexplicable. In a sport where every ounce of preparation, discipline, and integrity counts, Lopez Jr.'s actions appear negligent at best and reckless at worst. Nelson's commentary humiliates Lopez Jr., showing how far he has strayed from professional norms, while shining a spotlight on Shakur Stevenson's dedication and clean, principled approach. It's a stark lesson. In boxing, even offering decisions define a fighter's legacy.
People think now you won't know what stays for 2 weeks. I don't know, why would you take it knowing there's a possibility that it's going to be in your system? And why would you take it for our sport anyway?
Adam Smith delivers a blunt reaction to Lopez Jr.'s failed cocaine test, calling it massively surprising. The shock is universal among insiders, highlighting just how careless Lopez Jr. has been. Testing positive for a recreational substance right before a major fight is not just a personal failure. It's a public humiliation that threatens his credibility and marketability. Boxing fans and professionals alike are left questioning his judgment and dedication, especially when compared to disciplined champions like Shakur Stevenson. Smith's commentary emphasizes the severity of the situation, underlining that Lopez Jr.'s actions have far-reaching consequences beyond the ring, shaking both trust and fan confidence in him.
But Eddie said to me yesterday it's 60-40, so we don't know. I don't know if that is the case and he's failed a sample for cocaine. That's really surprising, massively surprising.
Duke McKenzie voices the bafflement of the boxing world, stressing the absurdity of both A and B samples returning positive for a banned substance. His disbelief captures the gravity of Lopez Jr.'s situation, emphasizing that this is not a minor mistake but a serious violation of anti-doping rules. The professional community sees this as a significant embarrassment, and it highlights the stark contrast with Shakur Stevenson, whose career has been built on discipline and consistency. McKenzie's insight underlines that Lopez Jr. has not just pulled out of a fight, he's humiliated himself publicly, and the repercussions will echo through the sport.
This is the point.
How can he give a sample and then a B sample, and they both come back positive for a banned substance? It doesn't make any sense.
Spencer Oliver concludes with disbelief and condemnation, bluntly calling the presence of cocaine in Lopez Jr.'s system absurd. He stresses the stakes that Lopez Jr. had, the fight, the opponent, the opportunity, and contrasts them with the recklessness of his actions. Oliver's take is scathing. Lopez Jr. now owes the sport, fans, and himself a serious explanation. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson continues to look untouchable, a model of discipline and professionalism. Oliver's words leave no room for excuses. Lopez Jr. has failed both himself and the sport, and the humiliation is total.
Blown away by what it is, you know, recreational drugs, cocaine. You just go, how has that got in your system? He's got some explaining to do for one, and you think with what you had on the line, and with what you was, you know, what was coming up for you, and the opponent you had in front of you, you just go like, cocaine in your system. It's just,
the fallout from Teofimo Lopez Jr.'s pullout and failed drug tests has shaken the boxing world to its core. Between public humiliation, criticism from legends, and complete professional embarrassment, Lopez Jr. now faces a crossroads in his career. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's reputation as a disciplined, clean, and dominant fighter continues to rise, standing in stark contrast to Lopez Jr.'s chaos. Fans are left debating what this means for the lightweight division and if Lopez Jr. can ever recover. Which side are you on? Do you think Teofimo can redeem himself, or is Shakur's legacy only getting stronger? Comment your thoughts below.